What's up, YouTube?
Man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We've been slacking.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we've been slacking.
Yeah.
But we back. Hopefully we keep it going. But yeah, we went ahead and watched the Flash movie.
The Flash movie, man. There were so many movies that we could have did, but we back with the Flash.
So much movies, music been out, other just topics in general. But we here with the Flash, man. Been waiting on this movie for some years now. When they first announced it, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man.
So I was excited. I don't know how you felt about it. Like, what did you think about it going in before we get into the breakdown?
Excited. Flash. I was trying to see what they was gonna do with this Flash movie and an installment of the DCU. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, like I was excited too. Like the stuff that I was excited about coming in was because Flash is one of my favorite heroes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, are they gonna show him like his full, all his powers and his full capabilities? Are they gonna, represent him as a speedster well? How is it gonna look? Is it gonna look like he running real? Like, is he just like he's actually running? We're gonna get into that later.
Yeah.
But I was excited. I was very curious to see how they were gonna do, see what villain was gonna be in there. His villain is Reverse Flash, so. That was my thoughts going in. So we can go ahead and start with the beginning, opening scene. So yeah, you go ahead and get into that. What you think?
Opening scenes was too dramatic. The babies, everybody. I was just looking around in the movie theater. Everybody was like, "Ooh, oh God!"
It's not like that.
Everybody's
not like that.
I was standing next to him, and everybody was like, "Wow!" Like you literally had babies falling and about to hit shoving babies in the microwave. We was like, all right, it was okay. It was a little bit dramatic for opening scene, but to be a superhero movie, but okay.
I think I think it was dramatic, but like for the most part, everybody was surprised. Like everybody was kind of scared because like even that's what we used to get when them babies fell out. And he was doing like, and it was like this. We was like, whoa, like we was like, whoa, like you know what I mean? Like the babies was in there, but like they started off initially. I think it was at the little coffee shop or whatever. Call back to the Justice League scene, and then he got the call like straight away. They jumped straight into it. He got the call from Alfred.
Yeah, call back from Justice League scene. What happened in the Justice League scene? It was
remember he was low key at the coffee shop. He was at the coffee shop the first time that he got the call at the Batman. I think was that Zack Snyder's. But there was a scene where he was literally at that same coffee shop.
Oh.
And yeah, it was
okay.
But yeah, from the beginning, he got the call straight from Alfred and started linking up with the other characters already.
Yeah.
So yeah, the baby scene, like it was at the hospital, it was coming down. Like, it was definitely it was alarming. And he was moving them and dragging them and placing them in a certain place. So, but no, putting the baby in the microwave was weird.
It was weird. It was
the
whole scene was just
that's why
weird.
I was like, bro, I turned to the side and I said, bro, this baby about to come out filled with cancer, some radiation, like something. But then that's when they started, like, they basically went from there and went to Batman scene when he was doing that chase.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
The chase was okay. Ben Affleck, like I said all the time, Ben Affleck's not my favorite Batman. He's my favorite Bruce Wayne. So the whole Batman, seeing Batman in the daytime, I don't know. It was okay. It was all right. It's just a Batman chase. You see his car, his motorcycle. And we was laughing because he showed his nose, and his nose it was just so weird.
It was so sharp, like it was razor thin.
Yeah.
And like his mask, like looked like it had like
you
so
could see
many
the
dots.
texture.
Like the texture was. It wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The other Batmans we talk about later, his stuff he looked a little bit better.
But I'm shocked because that was the last time after Batman. After that scene, you only seen Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck one more time when he was talking about the concept of time. You ain't see him no more the entire movie.
I thought he was going to be seen a little bit more.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to meet the other Batman as well, something like that.
But that would have been fire.
But yeah, that thought would have been dope.
Nice.
Y'all should let me write it, man. Mm-hmm. But nah, like yeah. So yeah, I thought the scene was cool. Like it was cool. It was a nice little chase. He did the thing. He was fine with him. Then, he saved him. Wonder Woman pulled him up, and they did the whole little joke. Wonder Woman, she was shown for them 2 minutes.
2 minutes, man.
And then she was done, too. Last time we going to see Gal Gadot in the DCU, so.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So, after Woman, okay, so the mom dying. It was a lot of debate about the mom dying. I don't know personally how the mom died. Flash was never my character that I was like, oh, I still until he explained to me how his mom died. So, what you think about that, man?
Nah, because for the most part, like a lot of us are used to the show. Like in the show, his mom dies because a Reverse Flash goes back in time and kills his mom, right? Or I know in certain parts of the comics there is something about like just some robber or something like the mom was killed and the dad was framed for it. In the movie, they literally show the mom like dad went out the way how the mom died. Basically, dad she forgot they went to the store. She forgot to get a tomato can. She told pops to Loki go out and go get the tomato can. So when the pops came back, he heard it scream. They literally show him. He heard the mom scream, and he's literally right at the front door and ran in. Barry ran downstairs, and when it came down, the mom is sitting here with a knife in the stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the killer?
Yeah.
Ain't no way the dude ran out. Like, he not that quick.
I know.
Unless he is speedster. So that's what we thought they were kind of trying to get into, but they never really explained that part at all. Like, that was a huge plot hole that really kind of didn't make any sense to me. So then his dad got framed for the whole thing. They went back and showed his childhood, and that's how his dad basically ends up in jail.
Yeah.
So... yeah, that made no sense to me. That's the real story. Like, that story we're used to, especially from the TV show.
Yeah, didn't watch the TV show. I watched a little bit of I honestly didn't know about Flash mom. That was interesting, man. That was interesting.
Oh, you didn't know at all?
I know his mom died, but I honestly thought his dad killed him. Like, killed his mom. I honestly thought, like, hey, you know. So, okay. So going back in time, when he went back in time the first time, how do you feel about him just breaking?
Well, it's the way how he did it. Like initially, I think I can't remember exactly what he was running for, but he was running and he kind of saw like a glimpse of something. I think it was like it was after the whole hospital scene. He saw like a glimpse. He was running and he started running real fast and he jumped into the Speed Force. And then that's when they had the Chrono Bowl thing that was kind of surrounding him. And he saw like his past, like the hospital scene, kind of like almost like an auditorium out in front of him. So then when he peeked his head in and saw that he was like in the actual time, that was like his first time knowing.
Mm-hmm.
So that part was kind of cool. Initially, I didn't like the whole Chrono Bowl thing. I thought it was weird. And then he stopped and like and stood around. I'm like, in your first time going back in time, he shouldn't have had that much control. This is something you've never done before. He was acting like he's done this like a minute. He knew exactly what to do, kind of.
Yeah.
So that was weird. Then after he talked with Iris, that's when he's like, okay, I can go back in time and save my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when he ran back all the way back to the time his mom was killed. The scenes of like, they started showing clips from like the Justice League movie and all like the recent stuff that he's kind of been through. The CGI on it looked weird.
Yeah, it looked weird.
It looked weird. And that's when I did some research, and what's the dude's name? Andy Muschietti or something like that. I pronounced his name wrong. I'm sorry. Andy Muschietti, from what I was researching, he said that it looked weird for a reason because it was to show that things are, you're messing with time, so things are going to be distorted.
Yeah.
And that's from the Flash's view. So initially it was weird, but I was kind of
you like it. I never seen nothing like it.
What you think?
I never seen nothing like it. So it's just like, damn,
it was different.
It was different. I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, completely.
I never seen somebody time travel and it looked like a little ball, and you seen a whole auditorium compact with, images of people. I was like, man, that's nice.
That was interesting. I got to give them their credit though. I like that they brought like something new, a different element into it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so
So then, all right, so when he went back in time, so he basically went back in time, got the tomato can, put it in the mom's cart. So that way, because his whole thought was, if I go back in time, my dad doesn't have to go to the store to get the tomato can. My mom doesn't die because maybe the robber thinks that there's somebody in the house.
Mm-hmm.
That thought process is...
it was a little...
What's the guarantee that if your dad and mom are at the house, that the dude don't come in and kill the both of them?
Yeah.
That part didn't make sense. Then the dude's coming in robbing in broad daylight. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, talk your stuff, man.
Anyway, so he puts the tomato can in there. Then he started running back. And as he's running back to his present time, he could see that he could see like all the new memories that he's about to have, like that all the new stuff is going to happen. Like, oh, his mom stayed there for his childhood and his, basically got to the point of his 18th birthday with the cake.
Yeah.
And, he's smiling. And that's when we seen like this dark speedster figure type of thing with purple lightning come out and boom, hit him with a straight jab,
Yeah.
knocked him out to space and put him into whatever time he was currently at.
Yeah.
So if that's what happened, and he ended up getting knocked into the time where he's supposed to be 18, 19 years old, going to college, his mom and dad saw him, was like, you look old, yada, yada, yada. That's when he met his younger self. So what do you think about like him meeting his younger self and kind of how that interaction went between the two of them?
Yeah, it was alright. It was, I don't know. At first, I don't know. It was just he played the character well because you seen his younger self and him, and it felt like two different people, and he was playing two different characters, which was pretty funny. But I don't know, the dialogue they was having, it was too long. I thought he was gonna be the reverse Flash, but he was just a younger version of himself. The interaction is pretty good. It's it was, I don't know.
No, like I thought the interaction was good. I think Ezra Miller did a great job of acting, being like the young idiot college kid, and then also being a serious adult. I think his acting in this was much better than in the Justice League movie. So I was really impressed. I liked the interaction that they had between the two, like him basically being a mentor to his younger self.
Yeah.
I did think initially watching the trailer that the younger self was wearing a lot of yellow. I'm like, bro, this would be dope if it was Reverse Flash in disguise. So that would have been dope. But upon watching the movie, you started to realize quickly with the dark figure that, yeah, that's not Reverse Flash.
Yep.
So
what about when he got his power, when he went into the research lab, the laboratory, CIA laboratory?
Yeah, he basically, he thought initially, he was confused himself that he said that younger Barry is supposed to get his powers on that day, September 29th.
When he said it, I was confused. I was like, what was so significant of this day? Like, this is how I get my powers. Mm-hmm. But it's like you had a date with a girl.
But he had a date with Iris, so he's thinking if he's on the date, then he doesn't get the powers. If he doesn't get the powers, maybe do I not exist? He said maybe. So he wasn't sure either because he really didn't think about this whole thing before he went back in time.
Yeah.
He really just got excited and ran back. So that's when he went there to go recreate his powers, basically getting hit with the lightning and getting hit with the chemicals. That's comics accurate a little bit, I think, to the comics.
I didn't even know how he got his powers. I always just followed Flash. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's how he got his powers. Until he was like, that's the day I got my powers. And I was like, oh. And I had chills because I'm like, wow, that's how he got his. I'm telling you, Flash is one of those characters where it's
in the TV show, he is working at the lab, but there's a particle accelerator thing that they're working on, and that explodes, and he gets hit by lightning. So that's how it kind of makes sense. In the comics, I think, and also in the movie, this time they just had the chemicals and then got hit by lightning. So, but then that made him lose his powers, which I didn't see coming at all. I didn't think he was going to lose his powers. Before going into the movie, I thought they were both gonna have their powers for the movie.
So you get hit by the same lightning that gave you the powers. If you get hit with it again, it takes away your power.
Removes
when I seen that, I was like, all right, whatever. It's even you kept saying, well, does that make him stronger? No.
I thought homie was gonna get a double. I thought he was gonna get a double boost. I thought he was gonna get a double boost. I was wrong. Homie was down for the count. Lost a tooth and everything. So then the younger one got the powers, and the younger one was acting a fool.
Yeah.
So you can throughout the whole time he's acting a fool. Barry, the older one, is teaching him, how to use the powers, things like that.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you wasted too much time. He's running here, he's running here. I'm like, all right, relax.
It was a lot of jokes. Like the whole movie, and the movie theater was laughing. Like people were laughing. Even you were laughing. They were, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This dude was laughing. I promise. This dude was laughing. That's why he wanted to have his coffee, so he could do little stuff like this.
What you mean?
He was laughing. There was funny parts in the movie, but then they fast forwarded to because the message came from. I think the message came from Zod.
The message came from Zod.
Yeah, they got a message from Zod. So basically, around that time period, that's when Zod from the Man of Steel has that message that he sends out to the Earth. So he was like, "Oh snap! This is the Zod thing." So he wanted to form the Justice League.
Oh, okay.
And that's when he looked up, I think he looked for a Superman, and that's when all the people said, bro, there is no Superman. And then there was no Wonder Woman. He called Aquaman's pops. Aquaman was
so there was no Justice League, but Zod just happened to come on that exact same day as his regular. I digress. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to the New
when he
people.
time because that's the thing.
We
The
gonna
time
get to
travel,
it.
the time travel is a little different. Like because he went in time, everything changed, which we'll explain in a minute. So that's when he asked him about Batman. They said Batman was still alive, so they went to Batman's crib.
Okay.
And you go from there. That's when we met the Batman in this time.
Yeah. Michael Keaton Batman. Me personally, when they do surprise cameos like this, I really wish they kept this a secret. Only because just imagine nobody knew Michael Keaton was in the movie, and all of a sudden the trailer was good. We was like, oh, Michael Keaton's in here. But just imagine if Michael Keaton just came out, whatever he came out of, and we was like, oh snap, that's Michael Keaton. The whole movie would have been lit. I hate when they do movies like this, man. But you spoiling a good moment for no reason for ticket sales. But
no, I agree with you. But that's the question though. Do you think as much people would have been excited and wanted to come see the movie if Michael Keaton low-key wasn't in it?
If people
in the trailer?
And if nobody would have been, everybody would have been excited, but it wouldn't have been like that. But at the same time, whoever would have brought the ticket and experienced it, that's their prize. Like
it would have been a thing. For me, I agree with you. I wish they didn't do it because
they did it twice.
It revealed so much twice.
No, okay, my bad. I'm trying to cross over to MCU. I'm sorry, it wasn't working. They did it with the Spider-Man. The movie would have been way better.
They didn't put them in the trailer.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. They didn't put them in the trailer.
They didn't put them in the trailer?
No.
Okay, no. They put the villains in the trailer. And we just started connecting the dots. Like,
you didn't put them in. Even there was a scene, low key, where they're in the movie.
Yeah,
they actually took them out of the scene.
But we put two and two together. But like, all right. But y'all get what I'm talking about.
I thought it was cool seeing Michael Keaton's Batman. It was a little bit different because his timeline was different as well. Where Gotham was actually one of the safest cities to live in. So he was old. He had the gray hair. It was kind of hard to recognize him for me personally. Like I struggled recognizing him with the hair and everything, and even his voice didn't sound the same until after he cut it because they went down to the Batcave and tried to resurrect the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's when they found out where they thought Superman was being held by the Russians. So even that was different about him being held by the Russians, and then that's when Batman came to help him. So he hit his signature line on Batman, all that stuff. So. That's when they went down to Russia. I thought Michael Keaton acted. I think he did a good job as Batman. Like to me, he seemed like Batman. Bruce Wayne, maybe an older Bruce, like a very old Bruce Wayne. But I thought he did a great job, like in the action scenes and the fighting and everything. Yeah. I enjoyed it. So I don't know. What did you think about him, like fighting and everything?
The fighting concept was, I don't know. To say it's got to be Bruce Wayne at 55, 56. You're not moving like that, homie. I'm sorry. You might can throw something, but you're not moving like that.
He had no rust. He didn't say, oh, my back. He didn't say nothing. He just sprang into action. Especially he's been retired for so long.
Eating spaghetti and drinking, bro. Yeah. Like, you're going to feel that.
That's the other thing, too. If the time changed and Gotham was one of the safest cities, why was he even the Batman? I'm not even going to get into it. Why was he even the Batman? But... then that's when they actually got to there and see the Kryptonian that was held in there. It wasn't Kal-El, Clark, Superman. It was Kara. It's just Kara, Supergirl. So they show that one in the trailer. That's okay. That's the thing you say. Yeah, they show. That's the second.
What if we didn't know that Supergirl was gonna be in it? We would have had a different.
Can you imagine watching the movie and we low-key watch it and it's okay, and then we low-key see, is that a girl?
Yeah.
And
everybody would have been like,
oh, that would have been like, bro, Supergirl. Everybody would have been. The movie theater would have got hyped. Like Marvel used to have those moments where we didn't know and people get excited. That would have been dope. But what do you think about how Supergirl like acted initially when she got out of jail?
For me personally, that's when the movie picked up. The moment they showed Supergirl, that's when it was like, and then it was like, it was nice. It was the way that she started fighting. I didn't know another thing too. I didn't know that. I knew the Kryptonians get their power from the sun. But I didn't know that it was like that. Like all you have to do is just hold them outside of the sun, and they get weak like that.
They don't get that weak.
They made her look like some 11 from Stranger Things type.
Yeah, they boosted it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did try to Stranger Things.
She couldn't even. She looked like she was so dehydrated, like she was about to die.
They don't get that weak. I think they also kept her in like some lead or some, because normally like lead type of stuff kind of encapsulate them a little bit more. So, like, they really made sure not to give her, like, anything. She shouldn't have been that weak though. To be
Batman
honest,
even had to pick her up and just was it Batman or Flash had to pick her up and just carry it. I'm like, wow.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't have been that weak. Okay, another thing too. When they was low key escaping a prison, the young Flash got shot, and homie's holding his leg, and he limping, and Batman's helping him out. And I'm like, don't you got fast healing? You got super healing. Why is it taking you this long to recover from getting shot?
No, the dude got struck by lightning, and all of a sudden his back just started healing.
Exactly, but you get shot by a bullet. Didn't make no sense. But anyway, I thought Supergirl did it. I think what's her name? Sasha Kal-El or something like that is her name. That actress. I think she did a great job. She came out from jump. She was fighting well. It was cool. Then they came back. She left them. Went to go see the whole Zod thing, and I think that's when Flash, the older Flash, was like, "All right, bro, I gotta get my powers."
Yeah.
So that's when he tried to come with they came up with this plan to shock himself.
And which is weird again, because I'm like, okay, you don't have no powers, you have nothing super about you. You get hit with a bolt of lightning.
He was on the verge of death. When he got hit by the bolt of lightning, he was on the verge of death, which is that's also in the comics, where he lost his powers and he tried to recreate it and got, family. He was about to die and said, do it again. That's also a comic thing. So they recreated the whole thing. Then Kara came, lifted him up. I think she initially was like, bro, like forget this, because the younger Barry's like, bro, we gotta save the humans. He was like, bro, I don't care about the humans. Like they held me down, but because this Barry was good, they changed her mind. So she lifted him up. Then he got struck by lightning. And he still wasn't good. It wasn't until the younger Flash touched him and kind of gave him a spark that it started working.
Yeah.
So then they all joined up and they headed out to go fight the Kryptonians, which I was really excited for. Because I really wanted to see like Flash versus Superman or Flash, to see how he would kind of fare in that type of setting. And I feel like they didn't do him justice in the ironic. They didn't do him justice in the Justice League. So initially, when they pulled up, that's when Supergirl was talking with Zod, and Zod said, "Hey, we thought it was Superman, Kal-El that had the DNA in him, but it's actually you. Yeah. We killed Kal-El." Then she got mad and fought. So then the Flashes joined in together and fought together, which I love to see that. And they went to go fight the Kryptonians, and the younger Flash Loki underestimated him, and Loki got cut. He was like, whoa. And then he said, bro.
Out of all the things he could cut, he cut him right.
Cut on the face. Yeah, because he dodges it. He dodged it at the last second. And he said, whoa, they fat. And this is low-key one of my favorite parts of the movie. When he said, whoa, they're fast. And the older Flash told him, yes, they are, but not as fast as us. I said, thank you. That answers our question from the end scene of the Justice League when Superman and Flash had their race. Flash is faster. They need to put that respect on his name. I'm the speedster. I'm the runner. He literally said in the movie, and you can see it in the movie. Them Kryptonians could not kill the Flashes. Mm-hmm. They couldn't. And they showed it. They was showing out with the lightning, with the little tornado. They was doing their thing. And then that's when Kara. Go ahead. That's when
Kara kept dying and dying and dying and dying. Because Flash tried to go back and back.
No, look, they fought. She died because she lost. She died, got the DNA. Batman also died.
Yeah.
So that's when the younger Flash said, all right, let's go back and do it. Older Flash agreed, yeah, we go back and do it real quick. Then they went back. Then, like you said, they kept dying and dying and dying. So the older Flash low-key knew, all right, bro, we need to chill because it's not working. Younger Flash low-key wanted to keep going.
And they kept showing him, like, yo, they had like 5-6 minutes of him just going back. And I'm like, all right, we get it. Like, yo, next time he come back, pull his ass down and say, hey, he just kept letting him do everything.
And when he stopped him, and then that's when he low-key, like, he was about
his
to...
younger self, his the 50-year-old guy.
No, the younger self, the old, like, the main Flash that we know, he stopped him. He said, hey, and then that's when the younger Flash turned around and low-key put, you know what I mean, turned around. It was low-key about
I would have sworn he did it. He was like, bro, it's inevitable. And that's when he kept doing it again. That's when, old dude came out and punched him again.
No. That's when old dude came out. No, the younger Flash, low-key, or not the younger Flash, the Flash we know, stopped the younger Flash and said, yo, like, don't you see that this is not changing?
Yeah.
And then that's when the younger one turned around and he calmed down. Then I guess the main villain of the story, the Dark Flash, showed up. and it was basically the Dark Flash was a young Flash saying that, bro, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
And you see all the stuff that made him quote unquote dark was those shards
Yeah.
of the Krypton stuff as he kept getting stabbed.
Yeah.
So that part, then he went in the whole thing. He said, bro, I've been doing this time and time again. Barry, you the one who low-key keep it in my way. I punched you at the beginning to create myself. That part, things were getting a little confusing there. And then they were showing the effects that it has on the timeline. That's when they started showing those different universes.
Yeah, merging together.
And we saw, that's when we saw the old school Batmans. We saw like the old school Flash running around making his own thing. We saw all the different Supermans, Christopher Reeves, Nicolas Cage. They just kept going like they was going. It was dope to see. Like if you're a DC fan, you can call back and point out all of those things. I'm a DC.
Did they show Henry Cavill? Did they show them?
They didn't show him. You know his contract. You know his contract is. His contract is up. Yeah, his contract is up. They didn't show him.
Throw that. Okay.
Nah, they didn't. He did the GOAT Superman. But So then that's when the older Barry tried to kill the main one, and the younger one got in the way and killed himself, and he went back in time. So that's when he went back in time and said, I can't, my mom has to die. It's an infinite point or something like that, what they called it. So he went back, met his mom, took away the soup can, but now he moved the soup, he looked up at the camera, moved the soup cans up to the top so that his dad can basically get free. So he's caught on camera. That part, look, it didn't make that much sense.
They had to end it on a good note.
That was pretty much the movie. So...
And,
then at the end, he came back. He got out the trial. Was on the phone with Bruce.
George Clooney.
Yeah, they swapped out Ben Affleck, and it was George Clooney.
Yeah, I feel like he could be the new Batman. I don't know, like an older version of Batman. I don't know. There's just too many Batmans now. It's like 5 of them now.
I think he's a better Batman than he's Bruce Wayne. I think he's too nice to be Bruce Wayne.
He's too nice to be Bruce Wayne?
He's too nice.
Did you see Batman with George Clooney? You watched it?
He wasn't nice. Like even you could see it like in this movie. Like I'm talking about like now. Does it matter what to do now? He wasn't that nice. So that was my opinion. I don't know what you thought about the George Clooney thing in the ending.
Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty good to see George Clooney again. I thought. I got leaked out, not leaked out, but somebody told me that George Clooney, the movie got spoiled a little bit for me, but I seen George Clooney, I was like, all right, cool, this could be the new Batman. Hey, if it is, it is, but so lastly, what do you see with the MCU?
No, I mean, I guess I'll just put a quick conclusion. I thought the movie was good. It was different. They did have that plot holes in it, but I thought they showed all Flash's full capabilities and everything that he could do. So I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it. That's what we give our ratings. Then we talk about the MCU. So, like, for my rating, I think I gave it... Did I say an 8? I think I gave it an 8. I can't remember if I said 8, 8.5, but I gave it an 8. I really enjoyed it. This is a movie I definitely want to go back and see again. What was your ending on the movie and then your rating?
Oh, the end of the movie was good. It was good. And it made it...
Conclusion.
Oh, in conclusion, the movie was pretty good. It was okay. It was pretty good to okay. That's why my rating is a 3 out of 10. Biased opinions. I'm not the biggest... I like Flash. I like the concept of Flash. But if the only thing that I can really look upon is a TV show... in this movie that y'all just now got.
There's Flashpoint Paradox. It's a cartoon movie.
Okay. Yeah, that's clear. That's all y'all got. Batman had about 6 movies already. Y'all just now getting a Flash movie. We don't even know what this is about to lead to, but it's okay. It was a 3. It was a lot of plot holes. I don't know that much about Flash, and then you was filling me in, and I was like, bro, this makes no sense whatsoever.
You gotta know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I know the CGI in it, I threw that down a little bit. The character himself was like, oh, okay. I feel like Flash is totally different than, the character with the actor that played the character. But, yes, we know. We're not going to get political with it, but we know what we're talking about. But it was good. It was good.
But thoughts on where the MCU goes from here, or the MCU, where the DCU goes from here? I think DC got a problem because y'all got to keep. what they need to do is, if y'all are low key y'all gonna reset basically the whole entire thing. Y'all are gonna get rid of this not Grant Gustin, Ezra Miller. You're gonna get rid of Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill. Y'all are gonna make a whole new set. When you make this whole new set, you need to stick with this crew and keep it going. You keep making these movies and you keep having endings that seem like there's gonna be a part 2, or certain things are supposed to be a part 2. Because I was doing some research, the part 2 of this movie is supposed to have Reverse Flash, but because you're scrapping it, we don't. That's why you have some plot holes. Going forward, I'm very nervous for y'all because I have no faith in James Gunn and what y'all are doing and all this stuff. I have no faith.
No faith in James Gunn.
I have no faith
Capture
in DC.
this video, man.
I have no faith
now.
in what they've been doing with their movies. Y'all are hit or miss. I'm very nervous. Y'all better do the Superman right, because Henry Cavill bodied it. But anyway, I think going forward, they have an opportunity here to reset things and do it right. Just keep the crew that you're gonna do with this new one, and we should be good from there. So that's my thoughts. What do you think about where they're going, or how's it gonna go next, or where it's going next?
I agree.
How's this coffee?
I agree. I honestly agree.
I knew he was gonna act a fool once he had his coffee.
I agree. Like, yo, I'm honestly, and not the whole James Gunn stuff. I don't know where that came from. The disrespect. Oh, I forgot. It's no disrespect. He hates Zack Snyder. I don't know why.
I don't hate Zack Snyder.
He speak a little ill nature on his name.
That's not true. I think Zack Snyder is great.
But
there were some things that he just didn't do that was all that great.
I'm gonna tag Zack Snyder in this video, man. I hope his fans just. But like I said, I have faith in James Gunn. I have faith in what the DC is going. I hope they do it right, because I'm getting a little tired of Marvel. I want to go on DC. I want both of them to win. There's no debate about DC Marvel. I want both of them to win. More stuff to watch.
I just want to see good stuff.
But this movie was ass. I'm just saying. But hey, it's not Batman. That's all I can say about that. But till next time, man.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully we come back soon with some more stuff. We catch y'all later. Y'all let us know if y'all are watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let you know what you thought about the movie. Certain things that you noticed or noticed that we didn't notice, or things that you liked about it or didn't like. So, all right, y'all, that's it. Peace.